So, guys and girls, it is likely that you've already heard what's going on, that the NAR may be removing commissions from the MLS, leaving us to fend for ourselves when it comes to our own paychecks. So I know this may freak some newer agents out, or agents like myself that have been in the business for 3 years and prefer being a buyer's agent over a listing agent. But I'm here to tell you to just take a breath for a second, chill out, and there's still some hope for us. So also, a little bit later in this video, I'll show you how we can spearhead this thing together and how you can learn how to do YouTube for real estate 100% for free. So stay tuned, because you're gonna need to go above and beyond, even more now so, to survive in this market. So let's get into this. All right, so let's dive deeper into the nitty-gritty of this NAR lawsuit settlement. For those who might not be fully in the loop, the National Association of Realtors has been under the legal microscope, and the outcome might just change the way that we are doing business. Now, what's this big buzz about? Essentially, this settlement could mean that the way that commissions are handled and displayed in MLS listings might shift pretty significantly. Here's the deal traditionally. We've seen our commission rates clearly outlined in the MLS, right? You list, you sell, and the numbers are up front from the start. But look at with these changes, it looks like we, the agents, might need to negotiate our pay directly. Yeah, you heard that right. No more standard rates listed on the MLS for us to count on. So I know this sounds like a major shakeup, especially for those who, like me, have gotten quite comfortable on the buyer's agent side of things. But here's the thing. Change isn't always bad. It's daunting, yes, especially if you're just getting into the bearings of this industry or you found yourself in a comfortable pace. But remember, we're adaptable, smart, and downright resilient. Now, before we get too worried, let's break down what this could really mean for us in the trenches. And we're going to be looking at how this might affect our daily work, our interactions with clients, and yes, our earnings. But I'm also going to be sharing some different strategies, ways that we can adapt, thrive, and even take advantage of these changes. So stick around. And like I said earlier, we're going to be facing this challenge together. And I've got some valuable advice on how you can navigate this new terrain. And don't forget, later in this video, I've got a special segment on how you can use YouTube to boost your real estate business, and it won't cost you a thing. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now, one thing I did want to point out is the fact that just because they're removing commission from the MLS doesn't necessarily mean that commissions are going away. Think about it. Most listing agents won't want to be there to show the property every single time a buyer wants to see it. They've been conditioned of us doing all the hard work, showcasing their properties, and the chances that they will just discount their commission and switch overnight to just selling it themselves is very, very unlikely. So think about how much of a disorganized mess that would be for a successful listing agent with several listings at once. Now they have to multiply themselves to be at every property daily to showcase their listings to tire kicker buyers and looky-loos who will say anything that they can just to get into the property, only to say thanks but no thanks after seeing it. It's going to grow very old very fast for them, and they will quickly miss having the buyer's agents doing the heavy lifting for them. Now, sure, could a world exist where a listing agent hires 3 or 4 licensed assistants to show the properties for them and just keep everything in-house? Absolutely, which is why I'm so optimistic about one aspect of the buyer's side of real estate, which is new construction. So listen, if you already have a YouTube channel, then chances are you've already showcased a new construction neighborhood or builder in the past. And what my strategy will be moving forward is to double down on that. And I personally don't believe compensation for buyer's agents with builders are going to be going anywhere. And I plan on using my YouTube channel, where I've showcased every builder and every community in the city limits of where I live, as leverage to get a commission agreement from each builder. This isn't a one-off commission agreement for each property. It's a contract stating that for every home where we procure a buyer, we expect this percentage of commission for each contract on the base price of the home. This contract can be good for a year, and we could renegotiate after that. So just kind of look at how the market goes. And here's another huge plus for you YouTube realtors out there in regards to new construction, and that's the fact that most new construction communities and sales reps absolutely love the free marketing that we give them with our videos. And the best part about that is it benefits both parties equally. The builder benefits from us doing all the hard work for them to promote their product, and we benefit because they did all the hard work of building the beautiful model home that's staged to the max, shows great on camera, and they will most likely pay a hefty commission for us to procure the buyer for one of those homes. So now, if you haven't yet made it to having a YouTube channel for your real estate business, then it's time to go ahead and step it up. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel now, because I will be making videos every week with tips on how to get set up with your channel, what kind of videos to shoot for success, and how to navigate this ever-changing business to survive for the long haul. I know that I'm new to this channel, but I've been making videos weekly now for the past 3 years, and it's paid off incredibly well since I've started on my Living the Florida East Coast channel. Another thing I need to mention is that I'm launching a YouTube course that will be 100% for free. This is something that you will get access to without having to make any sort of financial commitments or switching brokerages. It is just that easy. So long story short, I'm with LPT Realty, and they will not allow me to offer a course, training, coaching, etc. in return for you joining the brokerage, because they saw the downfalls that other brokerages had with that model. So that means you get to capitalize on this opportunity for a 100% obligation free, and this course will be launched on April 15, 2024. And I honestly didn't plan on launching this channel until then, but I had to jump on here and give my 2 cents on the NAR lawsuit while it's on the top of everyone's minds. So here I am, and here's the introduction. Let's keep rolling on this. Now let's discuss a new potential roadblock you may have, and that's if there's no new construction in your area. So after doing a little bit more research, listening to what other realtors and coaches have to say on YouTube, it also looks like we may be approaching a territory where we need to input our commissions into every offer. Now, when you hear that extra work will be needed to get your commission, at first I understand that you may be thinking like it could be a huge headache, but I actually look at this as a positive thing. Why? Because you think about it this way. So now we have the opportunity to ask for 3% on every offer we make, not just settle with what the MLS has. And this could be a huge opportunity for buyers agents down the road, because sure, that may be hard to get away with in a seller's market because the seller and the listing agent hold all of the leverage there. But every day we are getting closer and closer to a buyer's market. Hint, hint. This means that the buyers now hold the leverage, and most sellers, when presented with an acceptable offer, won't want to rock the boat by countering an acceptable offer when their house has been sitting on the market for the past 4 months, let's just say, with no action. This is a huge positive for us and could potentially get us paid even more than settling with the cruddy commissions of like 2% that we've been seeing on the MLS lately. That's just my way of twisting these potential negatives into a positive, because personally, I have no issues with adding it to the contract when submitting the offer. It's no different than asking the seller concessions, and will just be another box checked or sentence added in the additional terms in the contract, which makes things pretty easy for us to make that ask. Now, here's where I think a lot of us can agree on, and I've heard some pretty cocky realtors out there saying stuff like, "You guys are behind the curve. I've been using the buyer broker agreement for years, and I know my value. I tell my buyers my fee's 3%, and it's up to them to pay the difference if the seller only pays 2%. Yeah, okay, bro. In today's world where most people believe they could do the transaction themselves with Zillow, Realtor.com, and more, good luck convincing someone to write you a check for thousands of dollars, especially first-time home buyers where they've already had a hard enough time coming up with a down payment and closing costs in today's inflationary environment. So no, if this thing does go in that direction where only listing agents get paid and we somehow need to convince our buyers to pay our commission, then yeah, our industry is dead, and the saying list to live will have a whole different meaning. So I just wanted you guys to know I'm not delusional. I do know that this could happen, but I just believe between the builders, the fact that we're on our way to a buyer's market, and how listing agents are conditioned to us just doing the heavy lifting for them, that this won't change anything for us buyer's agents. And we can still continue to make a living in this industry and continue to crush it. So guys, that's my game plan moving forward. I'm not gonna lie, after all the phone calls from my realtor buddies yesterday saying the sky is falling and we have 120 days to make as much money as possible, I did get into my feels a little bit and I shut down. But I lit up a cigar, thought long and hard about what I need to do to spearhead this industry, and that's what I came up with. So if you're ready to join me on the journey and want a regular updates also onto how I'm adapting and putting my name on the map with YouTube, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel And this is where I will hold nothing back for you guys and always give my inside information. And if you're interested in joining LPT, please reach out to me using the contact information below, and we can discuss how it may be the best option for you moving forward. We have 2 brokerage plans, one with them being a $500 per transaction structure with a $5,000 cap and no desk fees, which absolutely crushes the other 100% brokerages out there. And if you're on a team leader or already have a downline, then you can earn revenue share with an 80-20 split with a $15,000 cap, but your downline will love it because they can switch to a flat fee structure if their main focus is real estate production. And no, just because you see the Florida neon sign behind me does not mean you have to live in Florida for us to partner up. LPT is in 20 states, and if you haven't heard on them already, they're taking the industry by storm. So I'd be super excited to talk to you guys about an opportunity. So do not panic. It's time to pivot, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.